Hey guys, Andrew Douglas here, and I want to try something new today. We're going to do a bagpipe history lesson in 5 minutes. Just important key aspects of bagpipe history that I think you should know. So let's get into it right now. Okay, we're going to talk about Pipe Major Donald MacLeod today, and I am not a bagpipe historian. As a matter of fact, I know a lot of people out there actually knew Donald MacLeod, and so I'm going to do my best to give a 5-minute history here, but please chime in, comment, let us know maybe things that we didn't get quite 100% right, or let me know any cool new information in the comments. Just let's share some information about Donald MacLeod. But for now, let's get into it. Let's put 5 minutes on the clock and get started. Pipe Major Donald MacLeod, M.B.E, was one of the greatest pipers and composers of the 20th century. He served in the 51st Highland Division in World War II and was appointed Pipe Major of the Seaforth Highlanders at the age of 25. He published 6 books of light music and 1 book of piobraireachd. He also released over 40 volumes of piobraireachd tutorials, as well as several other key recordings. Donald MacLeod was born in 1916 in Stornoway on the Isle of Lewis in the Western Isles of Scotland. His first teacher was his father, Donald, otherwise known as Doyle MacLeod. He was later tutored by the great pipe major Willie Ross for almost 27 years, and also John MacDonald of Inverness. A member of the Seaforth Highlanders, he joined in 1932. During World War II, he was a member of the 51st Highland Division. In June of 1940, he was part of the Battle of St. Valery-on-Coe. I'm sure my pronunciation of that is incorrect, which has the distinction of being the British Army's biggest defeat of the war. He was one of over 10,000 troops who surrendered on the 12th of June. Donald MacLeod was able to escape the German army during a 120-mile forced march to a prisoner of war camp. He was picked up by the resistance and, according to legend, was able to pass himself off as Eastern European by speaking in Gaelic to his capturers. After returning to Great Britain, he joined the 7th Battalion Seaforth Highlanders, part of the reconstituted 51st Highland Regiment, and returned to France in 1944. During Operation Plunder in 1945, he is said to have piped his battalion across the Rhine against the orders of his commanding officer. Donald MacLeod was made Pipe Major of the Seaforth Highlanders 4 years after joining the regiment. After the end of the war, he was active in the competition scene. He won the gold medal in piobraireachd at Inverness and Oban. At the Northern Meeting, he won 8 clasps and 8 silver stars, the Top March, Strathspey, and Reel Award. By the time he stopped competing in 1963, he established a competitive record that is unsurpassed to this day. When he left the Army in 1963, he became a partner and manager at the Granger and Campbell Bagpipe Shop in Glasgow. Around this time, he started offering free classes at the Cardonald Gardens, Glasgow, where he lived. According to one of his students at the time, the classes were kept very informal. He was able to play a large selection of tunes from memory without referring to books. He also taught tunes the same way. During his career, he published 6 volumes of bagpipe music. These contained over 320 tunes. 120 of them were original compositions of his. Some of his more well-known tunes are Dr. Ross's Welcome to the Argyllshire Gathering, the jig The Seagull, and Glasgow City Police Pipers, for example. He was able to take old or forgotten tunes and bring them back as well. At times he would add extra parts to the tunes to improve the original, and he really did improve them. Examples of this include Lady Mackenzie of Gairloch and the march The Meeting of the Waters. In 1979, he published the book Donald MacLeod's Collection of Pibroch, Book 1. This book contained 20 original pibroch compositions, adding to the 7 others published in his earlier books. Overall, he composed 30 pieces of pibroch. This is an amazing number when compared to the modern-day repertoire of roughly 300 tunes only, some of which date as far back as the 1500s. Donald MacLeod made a series of recordings of pibroch as well. When they were originally published, it took 40 cassette tapes to hold them, containing almost 230 pibrochs. This recording can still be purchased today, as a matter of fact. They are available in 21 volumes, each one containing 2 CDs. He also released several other recordings, including Piper's Ceilidh and Positively Pibroch. I love that title. In 1978, he was awarded the M.B.E, the most excellent order of the British Empire, for his services to piping. Donald MacLeod passed away in 1982. In 1994, the Lewis and Harris Piping Society established the Donald MacLeod Memorial Competition in his memory. Its goal is to honor a person who truly is one of the greatest pipers of the 20th century. So there you go. That piece was actually written by an amazing dojo student. I'm simply repeating his words. He does a great job bringing these history elements together in a nice, concise package. And I want to keep it simple so people can refer to this video when they want to learn about Donald MacLeod. But obviously, as I mentioned before, there's infinite stuff to be talked about because he truly is one of the greatest. That's why I wanted to start this series with him. So please type in, let us know your experiences with Donald if you knew him, or things that you know about him to supplement and augment this post here. Be sure to like this post if you liked it. I hope you enjoyed. We will see you again soon.